Hey, what's up guys, it's Lost Groove. Welcome back to another video. Today is my first Finn guide. I would say that my new secondary is Finn. I've been playing him a shit ton. Honestly, I've grinded like about 50 to 55 games on him in the past 2 days. So I've been playing a ridiculous amount of Finn. And I've been trying to master a few of his techs, so I'm going to be teaching you about one of them today. And that is his gem. His gem is one of his most important tools because a lot of the time with gold, you're going to realize that a lot of the time backpack is not as consistent of a killer as it used to be. But what I did notice is that you can set up in some insane kills with gem. And so I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that. And also I'm going to be showing you guys how to use it in general. The first thing I will make sure you guys do is that go to your settings. And a first thing to preface this is that I've heard a lot of people have been saying that gem is hard to throw and control whenever you're running keyboard. So if you're a controller player, if you're a keyboard player, I highly recommend you get into controller, at least if you're not like 2 months in of playing or whatever, because if so, then you want to make sure that you're not like too. So if you are a keyboard player, I highly recommend you try to get into, because there is a lot of aiming that involves like certain projectiles in this game. So just a small little PSA, I highly recommend if you aren't already used to keyboard, then I would try to learn controller. Just a PSA real quick. One big takeaway that I've noticed, right, is that running the pickup item is extremely good control, and there is a lot of space in your controller if you are playing this game. Like, you don't have to use all of your controls, you still have like 2-3 buttons left over. So set one of them to pick up item, and you'll notice that you'll be able to easily pick up items, not only against people who have them, but also just your own items in general. So a real quick thing you want to make sure you do is set a button for pick up item, and then take off attack picks up items. Personally, I just don't really like using it. I just prefer to have a button for it. I think it helps a lot. Then you want to make sure that you master the timing. So the gem takes about 100 gold to summon, and then you'll summon an apple after you summon it a certain amount of time. So I'll grab a gem real quick and I'll show you exactly what it does. So basically you can get like 20% strings out of it pretty consistently. So you can basically get like pretty easy 20% strings out of it, which is pretty nice. It's a great way to have mobility, honestly. Like if you catch someone across the map, right? Let's say I see a Superman charging his special attack, right? And I just notice he's like trying to edgeguard me with it. I can just throw my gem up and then recover pretty safely and then follow it into some strings, which is honestly incredible, and it makes the character night and day. I would say Finn without gem is one of the worst characters in the game, in my opinion, at least for 1v1s, because I feel like you don't really have much to do, and like you'll notice that against anybody who knows how to play against Finn, that you won't really get any damage done, and you're pretty much going to be stuck just spamming attacks on the ground and just hoping you'll hit them. So one of the best ways to get better playing Finn is to use gem and then make it one of the biggest parts of your toolkit so that whenever you need to recover, you won't die to gimps anymore. He's one of the best anti-gimp characters because a lot of characters are reliant on that to get kills. For example, like Superman. Pretty much you'll be winning neutral every single time you're playing Finn if you use the gem correctly. Now, just some combos. You can use the gem as also a projectile to do damage and to set up combos. So if I throw it and then roll cancel, I can get like 15% out of it. You can probably even get bigger strings out of it, but I'm still working on my gem combos. So you'll also notice, keep close attention to what happens to Shaggy whenever I throw this projectile at him. Did you notice that he not only got knocked back, but also got knocked to the ground? That means that he'll be stuck and hit stun for longer, which means that by the time that you run to them, especially if you have speed boost on, you'll be able to hit them with a forward air, nair, up air combo. So pretty consistently you can gem, forward air, nair, up special, and that's a pretty consistent combo. Especially at the higher percents, it's pretty much true, to be honest, and it does about 20%. So it's a really good way to not only get some coins, but also just to do a lot of damage. And now that we've kind of learned about how gem works, we can learn about a little bit more of the consistent apple, which is one of my favorite ways to pressure people. It does the exact same thing, and you can also use it to start combos too. Personally, I prefer to use gem for mobility, and then as soon as I run out of gold, I'll just use the apple for combo starters, because it actually is the exact same applicability as gem, basically. And not only that, if you're running a projectile speed perk, you'll realize that it goes extremely fast. It's a great way to do damage and pressure people. I've noticed that whenever I'm in high percent situations, sometimes that extra 3% you get from the apple can be a complete game changer. So for example, if I'm in a high percent situation and I want to throw an apple at them, I can again find damage off it and find combos off it pretty consistently. Not to mention you can summon as many as you want to. It's just a great way to get true combos because of how it double bounces. So yeah, practice some gem combos in the lab and find out how much damage you can get off them, because if you master the consistency and try to get some crazy combos off of them, you'll notice that gem is just a game changer. So yeah, it was more of like a fundamentals video kind of showing how it works, because the double bounce is such an insane way to combo. If you guys notice how down air up is one of the most consistent combos on most characters in this game, it's because of how he bounces off the ground. It puts them in longer hit stun. So the fact that Gem, a projectile, does that is just so good. And the fact that it's pretty much unpunishable, and also you have so many options and mix-ups with it, I genuinely think it climbs up Finn as probably the most mobile character in the game, simply because of the fact that you can do that. A final trick that I've learned is people might hate on this, I'm not gonna lie, but honestly, Make It Rain Dog is such a good perk for Finn, because I feel like the fact you can throw the gem even farther and even quicker means that it's extremely hard to react to. Because any high-level player seeing you have a gem in your hand, they'll know what you're gonna do. They'll be prepared to dodge it, because look at that. I mean, even though it does go quick, look at the difference between not running Make It Rain Dog, right? It's a big difference. Did you notice how much slower it was? Like, it's not as good as it usually would be. So yeah, just that speed and just being able to run that perk is just so good. I also highly recommend running one of these perks, because running That's Flammable Doc or running Ice to Beat You or something like that, because it can also slow down your opponents or do more damage through using projectile. So you can actually run projectile perks if you're playing a very projectile spammy Finn like me. I play a very annoying, pesky projectile Finn that is really elusive and hard to hit. That's personally how I like to play him. Honestly, it's up to your playstyle if you decide to run these projectile-based perks. So I just wanted to kind of throw that by you guys and say, if you wanted to run Make It Rain Dog to kind of play more projectile-based, you really could. It honestly is pretty strong, and I've noticed that it helps me a lot whenever I'm playing. So overall, guys, that's what I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully some more high-level, high-elo Finn tips and gameplay coming up soon. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support. I appreciate you guys, and see you guys tomorrow with a new video. Peace out.